Cave life is cold and damp, and there's a few creepy crawlies nuzzling up at night, but it does offer the benefits of safety here in the world of Cataclysm. Welcome everyone, my name is Ryan and we are back with the In a Woods playthrough. That's right, this is episode 6, and we're here with our character Hanny. What's up, my friend? And let's just take a look at the world mods. Very simple, just the In a Woods. Oh, tameable wildlife is on there too, and the dino and megafauna to make the world a little bit more dangerous. But there's still Me-Go. We've come across the fungoids too in a recent episode. In fact, we found their tower. If we take a look, it's not too far from our cave, but it's far enough that I don't think they're going to overrun us, at least anytime soon. But we are trying to make this cave as safe as we can. But with that being the case, I've been sleeping below ground, and I've got a fire set up now. We've even got a way to light the fires. And, of course, we've got some clay lamps, too. So the idea is that if something really dangerous pops up, we could retreat into the cave, hide below ground here, and hopefully subsist for a couple of days. Let whatever is above us, pass and leave the area while we're safe and sound. But I still don't feel like we're at that point yet. We need some food. A good stash of dehydrated meat would be wonderful. And with that in mind, we do have a meat rack here. Boom. And in the last episode, we got lucky on a little adventure while we were out and about. We came across some bird carcasses. Not just any birds, these were large terror birds too. And they actually filled this rack all the way full. So, yep, let's check it out. Actually, that's wrong. It wasn't quite full. Yeah, apparently the chicken stuff isn't as bulky as beef jerky, but we've still got over 80 pieces here. Now, we could light this again and turn this smoked jerky into dehydrated meat, so it would be preserved even longer. But to be quite honest, I don't think we need to do that. Let's remove the meat, because if I want to, I can even put just a portion of it back to dry further. But of course, it's going to use charcoal, and with the current meat levels that we have, I don't really think it's, we're going to want to eat this before then. So let's see. Yeah, see, it's still good for 6 weeks, even though it's just smoked essentially. Although with it being called chicken jerky, I don't know. Will it even let me light it up? I think it will. I think I could still further dehydrate this. I know that's how it works with the beef, but either way, like I said, we won't do it. So let's just remove it. Boom. But ultimately the point is, I can't even carry that much. We have a lot of food now. So that means we can kind of hunker down here at the cave and just work on crafting. Yeah, look at this. I've got chicken jerky in my pockets and my straw basket. I even slipped a few pieces into my water skin. So we are definitely doing well with food now. And again, it was all just because of a lucky little scavenging adventure. So far in this run, I haven't killed a single animal on my own. But that's okay. That's okay. It's not necessarily a pacifist run, but if we can get everything by passive hunting, well, heck, it's going to be a lot safer, isn't it? But I think today we're going to focus on a little bit of defense. Yeah, I was able to whip up a shovel to my surprise, which gives us digging too. But I think there might still be a hurdle in making the traps that I want to make, but we're going to experiment, maybe see if we can get around it or do something with the shovel, because it did take me a few hours to make, but I'm sure it's going to come in handy along with all of our other primitive tools, but we just have to find the best recipes and the best ways to use them. Good news. Turns out that I am able to dig those pits out without the pickaxe, I don't know, I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. If you missed the last episode, I thought there was an issue, but there's not. So now we are going to whip up 16 long pointy sticks. Only takes 16 minutes, so these are pretty crude, but we're not using them as weapons. So let me grab them. There we go. Oops, hold on, let me grab my shovel too. There we go. Okay, moving out to the front of the cave. I swear this place is like a maze. Yeah, here we go. So I came to the front a little bit earlier and I tested this out. So as I pointed out in the previous episode, I had dug a shallow trench here in front of our cave opening. Of course, this is the front of the cave, big field out here, and we've already had one horse just kind of wander in. It could have been something much more dangerous too, so we want to block this off. And short of building a wall, I think some like spike trap pits could be cool, because it might actually get us some free meat too at some point. So let's go ahead and finish this off. Let's see, I hope I've counted right, but now if we go into our building menu, so I can dig the pit. Like I said, we're going to dig 4 of these holes. It is pretty strenuous. Yeah, activity is extreme. I'm already experiencing the weary malice too, after just digging 2 pits, and I think it's still fairly early in the day. Yeah, it's still morning. So yeah, that's pretty strenuous stuff. I think we'll take a break and maybe eat. Yeah, let me go have a little bite to eat of our new chicken jerky. All right, that's better. It was pretty good, too. Actually gave us a little bit of a mood boost. Look at that. Enjoy the chicken jerky. Love it. All right, but now, no time to waste. Let's get one of these spike pits put in place. It only takes 5 minutes, whereas this takes, 5 hours? See, I don't know, it gives you kind of erroneous information here. This is what I was referring to earlier, why I thought I needed a pickaxe for this. Because it shows it's required, but I don't know. Yeah, I can still do it, and I don't think it was taking me 5 hours. Either way, let's just go ahead and put the spike pit in. The first one, oh, well, it's weird. It's vertical, but either way, it looks pretty deadly. A narrow trench full of very pointy things that would easily puncture a body. Well, it definitely didn't take long, so I'll pop out those 2. Let's see, yeah, it's morning time, so let's dig another deep pit here. Okay, it definitely took some time, but it's only around noon, so I don't know. I feel like it definitely wasn't 5 hours, but, well, I want to go ahead and whip out this last pit, so I'm going to push our character a little bit, but Hanny is a tough guy. He can take it. All right, boom. Yeah, so let's go to the back, have another meal, but we do need to keep in mind that essentially this means I'm not going to be able to pass through the front either, unless we try and jump over these pits, which I'm not going to do, because we could probably fail and fall in. Yeah, this way is going to be blocked off to us too, so just important to keep that in the back of our minds in case of an emergency. For whatever reason, we're not going to be able to take this way. But yeah, I guess if it was like a true emergency, somehow I was getting chased, maybe I would try jumping. I don't know. I can't rule anything out in the world of Cataclysm. That is the only thing you can rely on. But boom, there we go. We've got ourselves a pretty decent little trap pit. I really can't wait to see if we actually get something on there. Like if an animal falls in. I bet you it's going to happen. And look at this. We're getting clay. Pebbles, limestone could be useful. I mean, some of these big rocks might come in handy. I think I'm just going to go ahead and set it to auto haul. Scoop all of this stuff up. Wow, okay, well, there's just so much stuff here. It won't even pile all in the same square. In that case, I'll probably just grab the lumps of clay. And if I ever need sand or like soil, I can just come back around to the front here. But yeah, that's pretty sweet. All right. Well, I think that shovel was definitely worth crafting. For now, I am going to drop it, though, and drop the clay. But like I said, we can kind of hang out here and not have to worry about venturing out too much. Yeah, so I'm going to focus on the crafting menu, see what kind of interesting stuff I can make. And, I mean, at the very most, I'm going to have to venture out for water and maybe to try and get some more material for cordage. But remember, we've got a pond here now, so I don't need to travel down to the dangerous swamp, which is where we have zombified dinosaurs and dire wolves. But, in other words, we're pretty good at this point. We just need to maintain and keep our wits about us, because if a predator enters this particular area, we're going to have to be real careful and pull out no stops, in order to survive. Well, it looks like our friend Louisa has made it through another night. She is still with us. I think that on this morning, I would like to maybe make that bow. So I don't know if we can do it because it does take a lot of string. Now, here's the deal. I'm able to make yarn, which I do have the materials for. Let's actually move a little bit closer, because I did make a small 10 units of it, I guess you would call it. Go over to recent. There it is. Unfortunately, it takes a really long time, an hour for each. Now, that could be sped up if I had better tools like a spinning wheel, but I don't even know the recipe for that yet. So, yeah, and I think at this point would just be easier to go out, turn on our harvesting, auto travel, and auto haul. The trifecta, as I like to call it, of autos. And yeah, this will just allow me to very slowly scavenge. What we're looking for is plant matter, something. Yeah, some plant fiber. That's it. So I might get lucky and come across some other interesting stuff. Heck, sometimes I even pick up logs or dinosaur eggs before, if you rustled through certain bushes, you can get interesting stuff you wouldn't necessarily expect. But I tell you, that plant fiber is very rare stuff. If I knew exactly which bush you could get it from, I would just target those, but I really don't have a clue. Let's see here. Well, either way, I'll continue to just scavenge around. I definitely should have brought that glaive with me, though. Yeah, I think I'll turn and we'll head back to the cave. There we go. Be careful not to lose our stuff. There we go. So just turn off auto haul. We can bring this into our pile. Got to turn off the auto travel too. There we are. And I'll grab the glaive, wield it. Yeah. Now this time we'll be a bit better prepared if we come across something really nasty. Oh no, this is not good. I just came basically face to face with a cave lion. Oh my god, luckily it is not hostile. Shockingly, fierce-looking sister of the European cave lion is a fast hunter, but usually likes to spend its days laying in the sun. Oh, maybe the fact that it's actually daytime saved me. It is afternoon, though. It's literally between me and the cave, though, so somehow it crept in here. Oh, man. Oh. What was that? Oh, are you kidding me? Did it just attack me? Cave lion hit your right foot. Was that the same one? It shows that it's fleeing, but I think it's doing its hit and run tactics. Oh boy, this could be bad. So, I actually came across 90 plant fiber. I'm going to do something probably kind of stupid and grab it. Yeah, we have to turn off auto foraging now. I'm going to leave on auto travel, but I'm going to try and get away from this thing. Let's see, did I pick up? Ugh, I didn't even pick up all of it. It won't let me. Damn. I really don't want to leave this behind, but also don't want to sacrifice my life for this crap. Okay, yeah. Oh my god. Okay. It's time to go. It's right there. Yeah. The fact that it's doing these hit and run tactics might actually save me. So let's start sprinting. Down, 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 down. If we can lose it, I think I might have. Get back to the cave. Okay, I'm still sprinting, so let's stop sprinting. Actually, how bad are we bleeding? It's just a scratch. They're dripping blood. Don't think it can track me via the blood, but maybe. Alright, we're gonna make it back. But that lion is literally just right around the area. Whew, man. Okay, we made it. Let's turn off auto travel. I have to drop the glaive for a second. Okay, to stop the bleeding. Let's pick it back up, though. I don't want to be without a weapon currently. You know what I'm thinking, too? I was considering digging some of those pit traps, like right around here, you know, in this general area. Like maybe build one right here and then dig one like here. And as I clear more of this area, you know, cutting down trees for our charcoal and fire pit, I can place more traps. And I think I'm going to do that because that was a bad, bad encounter. Should we go ahead and sacrifice some of our bandages? I think we might as well. Let's do... Oh, I made a fried egg, too. I found a dinosaur egg while searching around. It took me like 30 minutes to make some fried eggs, but I ended up with 40 portions. Anyway, that's a side note. Let's not focus on that right now. We just got into a conflict with a lion. Let's see, bandages on the head and right. I'll save the jelly, even though that will help us recover a little bit quicker. For now, we'll just leave it. Okay, I want to make sure to check these pits too occasionally, just in case we get lucky and get an animal. But speaking of animals, oh boy, I think what I'm going to do, because it's still lurking around, I'm going to drop the glaive here, because I can't have both the shovel and the glaive on me. And we'll go ahead and grab the shovel. Okay, so now if it does come at me out of the trees, I'll be able to drop the shovel and grab the glaive real quick. But honestly, what I'm going to do is probably try and kite it into our comrade here, Louisa, who only has a flaking rock now as a weapon because I traded her, you know, I took her one thing. Maybe I should trade her a pointy stick. Or this bow staff. Yeah, now that we got this lion. Because, I mean... she's here. If she saves my life, that's great, but I don't want her to die necessarily, you know. So giving her some kind of weapon is good. Quarterstaff's nice too because it has, I believe, a decent to hit bonus on it. Yeah, +3 to hit. So even if she's not great with bashing weapons, she's still probably going to hit it at least once or twice. So let's see if I can do this with her. Talk, trade. I'm just going to give it to her. Oh, wow, that's worth $7 and... Damn. Well, yeah, that's fine. No, I don't care about any of this other stuff. Bandage is pretty worthless. I might go ahead and take this stuff back. That's what I sold her. Yeah, I'll grab that random nonsense. She's got cream soda. Oh my gosh. I'm going to take that too. That's probably like the only sugar we're ever going to get, but... yeah, 'cause she'll never drink it. Okay. Doesn't have pockets. Well, that's why you're supposed to wield it, dummy. Damn, and she does have a backpack, but it's filled with cattail stalks. Wait, maybe if I trade her those? No. Dang it. Well, yeah, and I can't just give her something unless she's a companion. If she was a companion, I could tell her to wield the... quarterstaff without like putting it in her backpack or whatever. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but sometimes the NPCs are a little bit just wonky. You know, there's an incredible depth in what you can do with the NPCs in this game, but you, like I say, you know, sometimes you just got to work with what you got. All right, but either way, oops, I meant to drop the glaive, grab the shovel. Oh, I'm so nervous about this big cat. But yeah, let's drop a couple of these pits, and not only will they maybe potentially just fall into it, But if they do come at me, I could maybe kite the animal back to this location and intentionally get it to drop in the pit. But, whew, man, yeah, digging these is really, really strenuous. So, and I'm in mild pain too. Not great. Wonder if there's some primitive painkiller we can craft. I'll have to get deeper into the applied sciences for that. But, all right, from the shallow pit, we go to the regular pit. Okay, and boom, that's the hard part. See, it's early evening. I think we're best to go ahead and just fill that up with some pointy sticks now. So we've got a weapon, pointy sticks. These, yeah, this is what we want. So we'll do 4 of those. I'm going to need to get some more long pointy sticks, but that's not a big deal. I can get long sticks by chopping up trees into firewood, or logs, I should say. All right, let's choose the sticks to haul, the long pointy ones. Beautiful. Oops. There we go. All right, and now spike pit. Bam, look at that. Yeah, these are really, hopefully they'll come in handy. I don't know. Let's grab our glaive. Get clay, bunch of stuff here. It's amazing what you turn up when you dig a pit, but all right, now we'll come down, I guess, over here somewhere. Yeah. Maybe I'll try and keep them in a line. Yeah, that way you can slowly fill it in. Maybe, you know, have like a trench of like 4 with a gap, and then another trench. And that way, you know, if an animal is chasing me from the woods, I can duck in and hide behind it. And that it'll run into it a little bit easier, kind of funnel it in. So, yeah, it's going to take a while, though, obviously. Let's take a quick break. Drop the glaive. Do need to eat some of these eggs. Only good for 2 days. Unfortunately, there's no joy. That's unfortunate. I guess Hanny isn't much of an egg guy, is he? It's too bad. I love eggs, personally. They always give me joy in the mornings when I have some eggs. But honestly, I think it is probably the hash browns that give me most of the joy. Okay, the second pit has been dug, and it was quite a task. We are weary. It is now nighttime, too, just past. But I didn't quite get the sticks in the ground. Not to worry, we'll do that first thing in the morning. It's a pretty short process, but I'm going to be taking the glaive downstairs with me for sure. Let's just see. I'm trying to make it like a habit each night now to take something down with me that like maybe will be our backup for something like maybe this fire-hardened spear. Yeah. So I took a little chicken jerky down there and water last night. Well, let's just go ahead and extinguish the fire. Say goodnight to Louise. She's going to sleep up here under the stars with the lion prowling around. Oh, it said that it does most of its, or it sleeps during the day. Makes me think it does most of its hunting at night, but hopefully it should be okay. Either way, we'll find out in the morning. So let's go ahead and haul the spear. Head below. Light our little fire down there so it's nice and warm. Boom. Cozy, cozy cave. And of course, if you missed it, previous episodes, we have explored it completely. There shouldn't be anything down here at all. This is a completely safe area for us. But yeah, so I've got, stop hauling, like I said, a little bit of food and water here. This food won't last forever, a couple of weeks, but, you know, like I said, if we get stuck down here, at least I'm starting to stockpile stuff. And I filled the clay teapot because it's basically worthless, so it's just a tiny little bit of water, but I also took off the small water skin. This thing, I was usually actually just using it for regular storage. Like I would put meat and stuff in it, just not even intentionally. It just happens as you put things in your inventory. So I think having it down here as a backup is not a bad idea. But now we've got a weapon. Of course, our lamps are down here, and we can start a little fire. Use the tinder. Beautiful. Okay, and I'm thirsty, but I'm not going to use this backup. I will go back upstairs real quick, have a quick midnight snack, but then it's right back down here. I'm going to go to sleep, snuggling up next to my glaive. All right, another night has passed. Looking at the chat log here, we can see that I was pretty chilly all night, but it doesn't show that I was like shivering. So I think we're doing a lot better. And it says feeling a bit better rested after your exertions. Any lingering fatigue from yesterday has vanished, leaving you feeling strong and capable. Yeah, you know what I think we want to do is grab some straw. It might still be better than the cave floor, so let's extinguish that. Yeah, because it does actually show a message too when I lay down on the floor saying that it's not comfortable. But first things first, let's check on Louisa. She survived. Yay. Welcome, Louisa. I mean, hello. Good morning. I'm glad you made it. She's completely clueless. She doesn't know anything about the lion. All right, there we go. Maybe we can make it a point to like dig one pit a day or something. I don't know. Well, either way, I'll just try my best. But, yep. Let's come on up here. Fill our belly with some more eggs. Let's see. 1 week on that. Yeah, 2 days on the fried eggs. So those will go first. Delicious. Now, what do we spend our day doing? Honestly, I feel like traps. I really do want to set more traps. But let's go out front and just look at the pits out here. Okay, nothing there. That's good. Also, alternately, maybe I should focus a bit on, bringing some more stuff downstairs. Like getting an actual, decent amount of water. Let's see, I do have a clay canning pot here with 100 water in it. I'll drop the glaive. Yeah, I think I will take this down below. Start to really stockpile stuff. I'm thinking ahead. Okay, so this is going to be my food pile, food and water. So we'll drop that there. How much? Yeah, I don't have a lot of wood. As boring as it is, I think I'm going to spend most of today just chopping up some trees. Yeah, let me see. Grab. No, I'm going to keep this glaive with me, though. Yeah. I've got a decent amount of firewood here for the main fire, but below, we're going to need more, obviously, if we have to spend some time down there. And I do like the idea of clearing out some of these trees, just knocking a few down, chopping them up. It'll give me a more area to dig out pits and a greater sight line, to spy out lions and such. But, man, oh man, I thought it was a blessing finding this pond. Now I know it's not going to be easy. Even just traveling, a couple 100 yards through the forest can be deadly. Day number 82, and we are still alive. Man, oh man, I'll tell you what. I've had regular runs of Cataclysm that have not lasted this long, so I've been playing it extremely cautious, though. I will admit that, but hey, this is a dangerous world. But the cave down here is shaping up a little bit nicer. I did bring some piles of straw, although maybe I'd like to get a few more of those. That might make it a little nicer. But I've also spent the last couple of days just stockpiling a bunch of wood here and, of course, upstairs too. So now I've got 11 logs, plenty of fire to last through the night. We've still got the same amount of food and water down here, but I think I will do maybe a batch of long-term dehydrated jerky if we can get another big kill. Yeah, and just stash it down here, maybe in a pot or something. But hello, Louisa, still alive? You can see it's not much, but I have been clearing a little courtyard here in front, or actually in back of the cave. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. I added another pit down here. Still got a bunch of tree trunks I haven't processed yet, but that is actually just not necessarily at the moment. I've got so much charcoal currently that the smoking rack is filled with charcoal. It's got 90,000 charges, and there's extra sitting here at my feet, another 34,000. So plenty of charcoal. We still have food and water too. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Still working on these cracklins, chunks of fat. Those are going good for another week. We can make more cracklins out of those. And the chicken jerky is good for another 6 weeks. So there's really no pressure on us right now, with the clean water we've got. And just digging these pits is actually producing a halfway decent amount of clay, too. So I might not need to travel at all. I'm thinking what I'm going to do now is what I said earlier I was kind of avoiding, and that is just settle down and start making yarn. So let's go back. I'm going to drop the clay there. I'll just drop my glaive right out front. Keep an eye on that glaive there, Luis. I know it was hers originally, but it's mine now. Either way, let's come in here. We'll look at our recent stuff. Yeah, the yarn. This could really open things up if I can make a bunch of this, and I do have a lot of wool staples, so I mean I could spend a lot of time doing it for sure. I'm going to start in small batches though, because as we get better, at our spinning skill or whatever, it should decrease the time it takes, although I think it's fairly small, the decrease. There we go. But yeah, like I said, I mean I've got nothing but time at this point. And this will allow us to make the bow and arrow, because this is what I can use to craft string with. So let's see. Yeah, only 10 yarn for a full hour. Now let's go look at the string recipe. Boom. So I can't even make one. Yeah, let's see. The yarn, there it is. So it's 50. So basically 5 hours for one short string. Maybe a little bit less, but either way, at least it only takes 5 minutes to make the string once I get to that point. But, like I said, it's worth it. And it does suck that old Luisa didn't join us, because this is exactly what she would be doing right now. And look, the cattail stalks, they've rotted in her pocket. You know what? We haven't talked to her in a while. I might be able to try and recruit her again. Yeah, we've got the option. Ugh. Did the percents go down? Well, we'll just try it. Come on now, come on. No, she doesn't think so. It's only 32%, less than 50% chance, but one of these days. So she's not wandering off, And I don't know. Maybe we wake up and she's, just a pile of flesh, laying there after a cave line got to her. But let's not think those kind of dark thoughts. What do you say? All right, we'll just get back to our knitting. Maybe, like I said, once a day, I'll just dig a shallow pit or something. And then the next day I'll come and follow it up with a deep pit. Really, the shallow pit's not bad. I could actually come through here like this. Yeah. This is kind of what I'm thinking. And then maybe each day, leave that gap there. Did I mess it up? Oh, I have to clear the forest floor. That's right. Whoops. You can't just dig it. You got to clear that green out of there first. All right, there we go. Dig a shallow pit. Yeah, now if we dig it here, one more. Beautiful. And I might even turn the corner with it and leave a gap right here so I can kind of squeeze between it. But now I think you're starting to see what I mean. We'll have little trenches of pit traps going around here, a little perimeter, make it safer for us. And again, if I'm getting get chased by a lion after going out to get some water or something, I can kind of duck between these, and hopefully the lion will be forced to path right through it. We'll just see. We'll see what happens. And another thing to consider, I keep saying lion, but it could end up being a giant Tyrannosaurus Rex or something. So these little pit traps might not be enough to stop something. That's why I think it's so important we have an underground bunker, so to speak, that we can fall back to. But, well, I've got my chores lined up for the day, so let's just get to it. This isn't good. There's an oversized water strider down here in my cave. What the heck, man? I just spent a long day of making yarn, and I gotta come down here to this nasty thing. I don't like to see animals in my cave. And of course, go figure, it's the one day I didn't bring my glaive with me. Got lazy, just left it sitting there. Oh boy, I gotta take this guy out. Where'd you go? Come here, you. Turn off safe mode. Oh, I hope it doesn't hurt me. Fighting in the dark like this probably isn't smart. Oh man. There it is. It's a very small creature. That's why I can't hit it. It's tiny. Let's go ahead and light this up. Start a fire. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Dang it. Oh, man. I gotta sleep with this creepy crawly. There he is. Get out of here. Oh, well, I just can't hit it. It's just too small. What I really need is like a bashing weapon. Those are much better for those small creatures. Yeah, I'm trying to poke it with my glaive, where what I need is like just a club to squish it. But, oh my gosh, I guess I'm forced to sleep down here with the water strider tonight. So, I woke up this morning, took a couple more stabs at the water strider, and I managed to kill it. This is what I got after butchering it. And this chitin right here, the bug's exoskeleton, we can actually make armor out of this. I don't know if the chitinous armor is going to require like certain materials that we can't make, like high-tech stuff, but I certainly don't have enough of it to do anything with now, just one little piece. But I can tell you the sinew will come in handy. I don't know about the strand of... It can be turned into chitin powder. Yeah, we might not actually know any chitin recipes. That could be another factor, too, that the chitin is maybe something I've learned from books and previous runs, but I don't know. It seems like a pretty much a no-brainer. You know, you got giant mutated insects running around. You just kill them and slap their hard carapace onto you. I might be better off just searching for chitin. Is that right? Chitin powder. Chitin armor kit. Wait, what's this? Huh. It's a light card made for a vehicle. Oh, weird. I didn't even know that existed in the game. Wait, so I can outfit a vehicle with insect skin? Oh, that's going to be something I have to do in my next, like, regular run. Oh my god. Fully outfitted beetle. Yes, let's go. All right. I've got to focus on the Innowoods run for right now, but that's an incredible idea. Nonetheless, we'll still haul that stuff here into our resource pile. But, yeah, nothing much has changed up here. Actually, now I kind of want to go on the hunt for some water striders. Either way, I'm just weaving yarn. I guess I'll just stand here and dream about killing insects as I do some knitting. These clay pots are really my go-to right now for containers. And I've got several of them, but they're kind of dominated. Right now, 2 of them are for clean water, but for instance, one of them just has like a little bit of this glycerol, whatever, the soap byproduct. So, yeah, as nice as it is getting like a couple chunks of clay as I'm digging my trench, I do need to stop and I think go dig up some more from the actual clay pit. Oh, my glaive got damaged. I don't even know how that happened. I guess when I fought the water strider, it must have happened. Ouch. Goes to show you that insect chitin is no joke, but it's afternoon. I am pretty tired. Obviously, I've been pushing him, just chopping wood, making yarn and digging pits. We're still not done here with this, but yeah, let's make a quick trip up to the clay deposit together. So, yeah, I've got safe mode turned on. Let's just do it. Let's just go. Turn it on auto travel. Boom. And we're here. Quick and easy. Did I bring anything good? No, I want to have a totally empty inventory. Yeah, doing it like this is just so much quicker, and I can get a really nice quantity of this stuff here. What are we looking at? 40 lumps? That's beautiful. I could even make 2 of the large clay pots now, but yeah, I'll just haul this stuff back because it's definitely going to be too much to put in my backpack. But hopefully we can make it. Okay, where's the saber-toothed cat? Oh, it dropped out of my view as soon as I stopped. I didn't notice in what direction it was, but Obviously, it's not this direction, otherwise we would have seen it. It would have stopped me again, so... Whew, okay, saber-toothed cat, just ignore it. It's in the back. It's in the rearview mirror, as they say. Let's make sure we get all of this clay home. Safe and sound. We are going to have to make a run to the pond here pretty soon, too. And I'm not super thrilled about that. Yeah, obviously that's right around where we saw that big cat. So, let's see. We are a little bit hungry. I made a whole bunch of more scrambled eggs, too, just because I had, like, a lot of dinosaur eggs, like 4 of them. So I ended up with a ton of eggs. All right, we are weary. It's early evening. I think we probably want to save the run for water till the morning. Say I've just got 5 charges of clean water left. But to be honest, that'll be good for that'll get us through the night. And we'll have that for breakfast. And then first thing, we'll set out to the pond. And no, it's not far, but who knows what lurks between us and the shallow waters. Okay, another morning, day 85. We should be coming up to the summer months pretty soon. Let's see. Okay, nothing in the front of the cave. I'm always checking those traps, but so far, nothing to them. At some point, I might decide to move out here to the front. Just right in front here, not too far. Don't want to go too close to that, but I might dig a few of those pit traps out here. I wonder if I can even further modify these by placing, like, grass over the top of them to kind of conceal them. I don't know if that's possible. Fill pit with dirt. I don't see anything like that here, but, well, not to worry. I'll deal with that later. Let's go ahead and we'll drink our water. Boom. There we go. And we'll have, I guess... Oh, I'm almost out of scrambled eggs, but we'll just eat the rest of those. Okay, now we're going to choose the cans, or the clay pots. 2 clay canning pots. Yeah, that one stays. This is what we want. Those are going to get filled with water. Let me make sure that that's what I picked up. Yep. All right, so we've got to make the trek through the woods. Let's go ahead and turn on auto travel. I'm not doing any harvesting or anything. We're just going for water, and that's it. But let's see here. Safe mode is turned on. There's just such poor visibility in the forest, obviously. All these darn trees. There it is, okay. This is very dangerous, but... Okay, don't need to actually step in the water. Let's go for that. And boom that. Clay canning pot, good. Yeah, that's a lot of water. It should last us at least a week or so. Obviously, I'll need to boil it up. And thank goodness for the commenters out there leaving me the tip about just dropping it on the fire so I don't have to actually waste my time. I can sit there and make yarn instead. But, oh boy. Yeah, I think doing an edited series with this instead of a live stream was definitely the right choice, because there is just a lot of me sitting here just watching the timer count down as I craft things, but regardless of that, I am still really enjoying this run. I don't want you to get the idea that I'm not, because In the Woods is a lot of fun. And no matter how far we get in this one, I think I'll definitely be doing more runs for In the Woods in the future, no doubt about it. Of course, directly after this series, we'll probably mix it up and go back to a normal run in Cataclysm with guns and high-tech and zombies and all that. I do love this game, though, so you can count on a constant stream of Cataclysm content on the channel for sure, at least for many, many more months to come, at least. So I appreciate everybody tuning in for today's episode. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll be back with more. And of course, I will see you guys on the next one.